I'd like to call the committee of the whole to order for June 9th, 5:30. First order of business, call for pecuniary interest regarding the agenda. There is no in camera. I don't think there's anything that regarding any pecuniary in here, so we'll move on to the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions? Having heard none, can I have a motion to accept the agenda as is?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. All in favor? Carrie?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, so we'll move right on to the first order of business here, 6.1, bylaw 2026-09. Yes,
4 points there, delegation.
oh, okay. I thought you wanted to do that first.
Oh, well, we can.
No, that's fine. Why don't we do it at the end?
We could do it at the end.
Okay, thank you.
I stand corrected, Your Worship. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we'll move back to 6.1, bylaw 2026-09, responsible pet ownership. O'Donnell, would you like to comment on that for us?
Thank you, Your Worship. So our peace officers, in conjunction with our administration, we took a look at our existing responsible pet bylaw, ownership bylaw, and we have beefed this one up. We seem to be having a puppy problem in Thorsby, and nothing horrible, but a nuisance, really. And we had no teeth to enforce some of these puppy issues. I don't mean puppy, but dog issues. So we made quite a few changes to the current dog control bylaw 2022-07, being the usage of the word animal to broaden and encompass the actions of other animals and pets, such as when stray cats excessively urinate on properties. And we've had some queries about, can we have a cat bylaw? And they are impossible. I'll be quite frank with my experience, they're impossible to enforce. Not only that, my experience is we have to have enough traps. We have to have rules for the traps. We have to go get the cats right away because people torture them in the cages. And that's just not acceptable. We also have a problem with cats coming in from the county, coming in from being dumped off. And so you can't enforce them if they're not chipped. I could tell you in Morinville, when I was there, we had a responsible cat bylaw and the council quashed it after 3 months. It's just not enforceable. And
how do you catch a cat?
Pardon me?
How do you catch a cat?
Well, you
It's very hard.
proper cat traps.
Yes.
There's very
That's
specific
what I
rules.
mean, but you can't, like a dog, you can kind of coach it or you can put
Yes.
a collar on it, but
Yeah.
not a cat.
No, you can't. And not only that, they have to be looked at every 20 minutes. There has to be food and water in the cage. There has to be out of the heavy sun or out of weather. That's all the SPCA rules. And most municipalities have to follow that because the last thing you want is SPCA and a court case, right? So it's really difficult. And not only that, we have issues in town with folks hoarding on their property and hoarders feed cats. And so they create the problem as well. So when it comes time for us to clean up properties, we have to have the SPCA involved for humane reasons. So that's coming. So what we talked about is let's do responsible pet ownership.
Mhm.
And that way it gives a full scope. And I can indicate too, we beefed up the definitions in the bylaw. We beefed up livestock because I've had some comments now about we should have chickens in town. I've got a lot of that lately, and I will say, I said to one resident, I said, a chicken is all good because they said we have to have roosters in order to have eggs. No, you do not. You have to have roosters to have a chick, but not eggs. The other issue is the manure is not compostable right away because it's full of ammonia. And the only way you can get rid of the ammonia is to lime the chicken house and lime the manure. And then are you going to let them out of their little chicken coop? Okay, now you've attracted coyotes right now. And you've attracted skunks because skunks love chicken eggs. Skunks also love baby chicks too. So now you've got a whole predatory situation. So we put the definition of livestock in here. We also put quite a few definitions on muzzles, nuisance dogs, because the CO can declare a dog a nuisance or dangerous, along with the CPOs. We put where they could be path grounds, playgrounds, and so forth. We also beefed up about dog licensing. We increased some of the fines. Now, granted, our current dog licensing says you can only have 2 dogs. We've got a lot of folks with 3 dogs. They've had them for years. There's no way that we're going to say kill your 3rd dog. It doesn't work that way. So a lot of folks have said, okay, when my 3rd dog passes, they're older or whatever. We said that's fine. We've got some leeway there, because I'm not going to order a kill on someone's animal or a giveaway, because the older your animal, the harder it is to give away. And then if it does, it goes to a kill shelter sometimes too, and we don't want that. So the dog licensing has a few more regulations in it. It says what they have to wear and so forth, what they have to have around their collar. No violation tickets will be issued for the dog that's not licensed in the month of January each year, unless the dog was not licensed the previous year. Just in January. We've got vicious dog licensing after they've been declared, and of course how to license. So we've got the regulations in this bylaw, and that's what's going to happen with some of our bylaws now. You'll see regulations inside the bylaw how to do it, and how do you replace a lost license, and of course they're non-transferable. We have the general offenses here, off-leash areas, dogs in prohibited areas, unattended dogs, especially swimming in the park and all those kinds of things. There's nowhere for them to swim anyway but Weed Creek, and nobody wants to swim their dog in Weed Creek right now, because the dog will end up in the North Saskatchewan River. The current's pretty big on the creek. And then transportation with the dogs, securing dogs in vehicles. The province requires this. Instead of having your dogs loose in the back of a truck, they have to be in a kennel. The kennel has to be secured. And that's a good thing. Cycling with dogs. You see a lot of people dragging their dogs around in a bike, so we're watching for that too. No owner of an animal or dog shall ensure that such an animal shall not bite. We've had some dog bites, and we've investigated them all. And so we want to make sure that that's all looked after in here. Declaring a vicious dog in the regulations. So there has to be a hearing. A lot of times it's a hearing in court about a vicious dog. We can't declare vicious. I can declare nuisance, not vicious. And we have to have enough information in it. And then we have the vicious dog regulation. And there's quite a few of them here. Then dogs suspected of having communicable diseases. So there's some of that going around. Not here, but we want to make sure that's in here. And especially if they have to be under quarantine. So most of the time a dog is under quarantine if they've been brought from another country. They're quarantined by the province. They're quarantined by Canada. But we can certainly, if we're worried, we can quarantine them here. Now we have that availability, especially for distemper and that sort of thing too. I mean, they have to be taken to a vet. We've got nuisance dogs. Sometimes owners are the instigator of the nuisance dog because they leave them outside. They won't look after them. They don't fix their fences and so forth. So the dog becomes a nuisance by virtue of its environment. So we've got a few cases on the go there already where the peace officers are doing a good job. Animal seizures. We can now seize if you're found running at large, or if the dog is bitten or alleged. After investigation, we can seize them. And we're going to look at working with Calmar under their pound licensing. That way we can just, if we have dogs, we can just reimburse Calmar. It's to find a new kennel right now, the numbers are astronomical. And we'll be like Calmar anyway. We won't have too many, but they already have an agreement with the kennel. So we'll just piggyback on that. And of course, obstruction and interference. This is a big one here, where if we're seizing your dog, you can't interfere with us. I mean, you're going to try because it's your dog, but that's an offense. And we had that happen in Moreville when I was there. We had the dog in the kennel and loading it, and they tried to beat on the peace officer with a shovel, and they can't do that sort of stuff. So reclaiming and sale, of course, that's what we call jail and bail. So the dog doesn't go anywhere unless the pound fees are paid and or tickets. So that's determined by the peace officers and the CAO. If a dog or vicious dog is claimed, the owner has to provide proof of ownership, and that's all part of the pound information. The pound keeps the jail and bail. We keep the ticket fine revenue. Spaying and neuter. We can require that a dog be spayed or neutered, especially if they haven't. And there you have no breeding contentions. There's no kennels. We can order that dog to be spayed. And of course, the purchaser of the dog and through this bylaw obtains full right and title to it. Natural or man-made disasters, we can receive dogs into protective care. So this is for emergency management. If we have a situation here, we can retain the dogs and really the cats as well, especially in an emergency. That makes owners feel better. And fees incurred by us during impoundments. So euthanasia, where a peace officer decides to euthanize a dog in accordance with the authority, the owner shall pay associated costs, and it also has to be looked after by a vet as well. So peace officer and a vet can order a euthanasia. I cannot. I could suggest euthanasia. I direct the peace officer to take it to the vet to declare that. Only had to do that a couple times. It's not all that much fun, but orders by a justice, of course, a justice can declare a dog vicious. Exemption for police service dogs, of course, and or emergency dogs and or service dogs, of course. So what we did was they're all violation tickets. They're not municipal bylaws. And we put in the schedule for the license fees, the dog registry schedule, warning for vicious dog on site. And then you can look, at page 17 of 18, we've got two pages of fines for just about everything in this file. So it beefs up the old one, but it's not meant to hurt dog owners. It's not meant to hurt dogs, but it's meant to curb some behaviors here that we're seeing. And again, we've had 2 or 3 dog bites, so we have to look at those circumstances as well. So that is the responsible pet ownership bylaw.
All right, thank you. So I guess I encourage everybody to look that over. We're going to bring it back on the 23rd of June, and if there's any changes, you can give say it on before that or that time, and then we'll give the first reading that time. So anybody have any comments on it at the moment?
Well, I was going to ask on page 5 about the excrement, and it references dogs. Do you want to add the word animal in there? I know you said it encompasses animals. But
we could. I had a biologist, the neighbor's cats kept jumping over this fellow's fence in another municipality. He was a biologist for the province, and he kept taking his pH levels in his garden. So we had to deal with that. Yeah, we could change that to animal.
And going up into definitions, I don't know, we could just leave it, it's minor, but mentioning a golf course, we don't have a golf course anymore. Maybe it will come back someday, but
Good catch.
I don't know if we need to have that in there.
I think we don't necessarily have to, but it doesn't matter to me to sit there. It doesn't hurt. Because we may have a mini putt somewhere, somebody may want to make a mini putt or something, I don't know, but it's not going to hurt to sit there. It's a definition anyway. By the time we go to regular, we can take it out too. So it's a big bylaw, but it has to be. And we call it responsible pet ownership bylaw because people have to start taking responsibility for their pets instead of letting them run all over. So it's getting better, but we just had enough incidences where we thought we better beef this up.
Okay, any other comments? All right, can I just have a motion to accept the responsible pet ownership bylaw for information?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
In favor.
Thank you. All right, that's carried. All right, moving on to 6.2, we have another one, smoking. And same thing, I guess, Theodore?
Yeah, Your Worship, it is. The peace officers have the jurisdiction under the provincial regulations to enforce the Smoking, Tobacco, and Vaping Act. So that definitely is a provincial offense. We wanted to marry that with a bylaw here, so folks are aware that hopefully this stops some of the cigarettes in the planters. So communities of Bloom feels better because once this bylaw is passed, we can charge people with a violation. Not that we're going to take DNA testing on the cigarette butts, but this is a provincial act to enforce smoking regulations. You can't smoke in a commercial vehicle if you're driving it, those kinds of things. Of course, our staff doesn't, our team doesn't, but they don't. So part of this bylaw, I won't go through everything, of course, but where we designated the public places, and of course, people can't smoke against the door coming in here, the door of the grocery store. They have to be within 5 meters. That's the provincial guidelines. no proprietor or employer shall permit smoking, vaping, or operation of an electronic smoking device containing any smokable substance in a designated public place, whether or not a no smoking, no vaping, or electronic smoking device signs are posted. So we don't have to post signs. It's just, you're in a public place, don't do it. Stay 5 meters away. So we're not saying to people they can't smoke. Ashtrays, we have to have ashtrays available, with smoking tubes or whatever we have, and we do here wherever we are. We're asking our businesses to designate a public smoking place outside their building. Now, along Main Street, when you have zero lot line, the best smoking spot is on the benches in the middle of the boulevard, really. I mean, if we want to do that. For us, it's the same. I mean, they're on the street there as long as they're 5 meters away from the door. So we would put no smoking within 5 meters. So just stand a little bit down the street. Of course, they regulate the size of signs. That's just the government doing this, of course. And penalties, of course, and if they're a violation ticket, they're provincial violation ticket. So this is a sign we have to have on Schedule A, no smoking, no vaping. And of course, the specified penalties are on your page 31. And that's keeping pretty much in line with the province. And some folks, and this even includes marijuana. So
Are these enforceable by the peace officer or?
Yeah.
But a lot of them are by OH&S, aren't they?
they used to be, but since the peace officers now have the act, yeah, they have the Smoking, Vaping, and Tobacco Act. It used to be called the Youth Tobacco Act.
Yeah.
Now it's called the Smoking, Tobacco, Vaping, Marijuana Act. They just shoved it all in one. And so OH&S can actually call the peace officer.
He really defines what he can. I mean, it's already outlined by the government procedures, but this just kind of enforces it.
It just supports it.
Okay.
A lot of folks don't understand the peace officers can enforce without a bylaw any provincial regulation that's on their appointments.
There's really nothing new in here.
No.
These are all covered by that.
Yeah, that's right.
Just nobody's around to enforce it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they're a little more around now.
Well, when people choose to do what they want to do.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay. So the same kind of thing. Anybody have any comments?
So if you say you're gonna ask the businesses to designate an area, like we've got a tobacco shop, smoke shop across the street there, but then you said the boulevard's within 5 meters. So you can smoke on a boulevard.
Yeah.
So then does that mean the town's gonna pay for smoking ashtrays? Or are they gonna mount them in there?
No.
Then how do you enforce that then?
Put your butt in your
You're
pocket.
telling me that I can smoke in the boulevard,
Yeah.
but there's no place to put out a butt.
Yeah, that's right.
You kind of, one on the other.
Yeah, it's a good comment, actually. The problem with the main street is it's zero lot lines, right? That's the problem.
I get that.
Problem.
I get
I'm
that.
not disagreeing with that.
No, I get that. It's just, then you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, I don't want him smoking on the boulevard. Let me rescind that.
Exactly.
Let me just rescind that back for the taping and everything. Yeah, and I've watched the vape shop and the cannabis shop, and everybody runs in and gets what they want, jumps in their car and disappears, usually. So they're not standing outside smoking. The community hall, that's easy, 5 meters away from the building. The rec center, 5 meters away from any doors, that sort of thing. I would suggest on Main Street, well, probably the only place that really has enough space is the drugstore. They go smoke in the parking lot, technically, if they want to. So we're just going to say smoke 5 meters away from doors, and that's what the regulation says, even the provincial regulation. And don't put your butts in the street.
Well,
Yeah.
this isn't changing anything. It's always been that
We
way.
haven't changed anything. We're just.
If you're a smoker, and I mean, I am, sorry, I don't put my cigarette out on the sidewalk.
No.
I pinch it out and I put it in my ashtray in the vehicle.
A lot of people are now, they're dumping it in the sidewalk and they're putting it in our planter. So this gives us some meat and potatoes a little bit.
But what I'm getting at is if you got a guy coming out of the tobacco shop or smoking on the boulevard, that's gonna be a hard ticket to enforce.
Yeah, no, I've rescinded my comments.
Yeah.
No, but that's why I
Yeah,
suggested,
no, it's a
like,
good one.
even if we've got some benches out there. So then it would be a matter of, we look at investing in a tobacco can, a stand-up tobacco can.
Yeah,
Because if you're smoking on that boulevard and you're sitting on the bench, that butt's going there.
yeah, I'd rather not say anything about
Like I'm
that.
just saying that,
Yeah.
then you kind of beat the argument for the bylaw officer if he comes up.
Yeah.
And you're flicking butts and there's a can sitting right there. You are doing what you are doing, but you're still flicking butts.
Yeah,
Then you can give it a legit ticket without the argument on it.
we can. So far, we really haven't, I'll be honest with you, we haven't anybody really smoking on the boulevard. They might sit at the benches, but we haven't, I've been on the boulevard lots, so the guys, they haven't picked up very few butts. So they're going somewhere else. I would say, I'm gonna recommend that I stay quiet on that matter. And we'll just monitor it. If we need to put an amendment to this bylaw for something like that on the boulevard, we will. But I haven't seen much going on there. So I rescind my comments from the earlier section on this recorded video with respect to the boulevard. It's all good.
So that said,
Yes.
I agree with what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
But it's just the follow through. Is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
The follow through regarding if you're gonna enforce it with bylaw officer, his hands are kind of tied to a point.
Well, I mean, if you, we can just think this out, what you're doing. Your worship, to the council, Kevin, I would suggest, like I say, that they're not smoking on the boulevard too much in the last 4.5 years. We've watched that. They're well away from businesses where we get them, for lack of a better word, where we can enforce that. Let me rephrase and be more professional here. Where an enforcement option would happen is if they're dropping butts on the ground. Because there's no authorization to smoke on the boulevard, nor any type of smoking ashtrays on the boulevard indicating they can smoke on the boulevard. So then now it becomes littering, which is an okay thing. We can do littering under the Environmental Protection Act, Section 92. So I'm going to suggest I stay quiet on the boulevard issue. If they're not littering, we'll stay quiet if they're packing their butts and stuff, because there hasn't been that much. I've watched too, Chris, and I've seen maybe
planters.
yeah, it's always in the stores of blue planters. You're right.
Well, you got one spot to go to.
Yeah.
So over at Taylor Park, there's a nice bench to sit on, and I think people sit over there and smoke. So that would be considered a park you're not allowed to smoke in there, correct?
Well, there's no signs up for it again.
Is there signage there?
It's a
Can't
public
smoke, no.
space.
I would say again, we'll monitor it. If they're dropping butts, it's littering.
But no, I'm wondering what the legalities are. It's a park. Are you allowed to smoke in a public space like that? I don't know. My take on it was I don't think you are.
Well, then we can, okay,
But if you're
At the
within
rec
5
center.
meters, that's gonna get.
out the door,
Right.
standing there, and we have ashtrays.
Yes.
Are we
Yes.
it's a public space, but they're allowed to smoke?
Well, we'd have to designate all our parking non-smoke, or all our parks non-smoking. That's just the way it's gonna have to be.
I'm pretty sure, under state Alberta Health Services regulations,
Yeah.
public parks and spaces.
Or non-smoking. Yeah, you can't smoke in
We
the,
were just dealing with this with people vaping at soccer.
yeah, so
Yeah, so.
we'll put some
I
education.
don't think they would be allowed to smoke.
No, we'll put some education. Yeah, we'll put some education in the paper to that, yeah. All our parks are off limits. Then we're done with that. That includes boulevard. We can have boulevard and space all off limits. If you're smoking outside outside our doors here, it's 5 meters, right? Because we have to provide that option. We have a smoking thing in the back door here. We're gonna have to put one in the front for sure. Because we've got more frontage, right? You can move a little further from our building to smoke. So, but we'll do some education on that in the paper. Yeah, smoke at Taylor Park.
Okay, Wendy, do you have something back there?
All I know is there's a butt can and ATV, because I was there one day and there was smoking and the lady had to come up with water. So I know there's a butt can right on fire.
Ours was out here too a couple of years ago. Jesse and I put it out. We came out to go leave from work about 8 o'clock at night or something.
You know, like, I mean,
After a council meeting.
they smoke the water, been for quite a while, right? Everybody's pretty, yeah. pretty well got the idea already.
Yeah.
We had them quite often at the arena.
Yeah.
It happens.
Where most of our violation tickets are gonna come on this is littering with the butts,
Yeah,
which is okay.
I'd rather have an area that they could drop them in, or I know that they no smoking. And then don't smoke in there.
Yeah, we'll just put, we'll have to designate all the parks.
Well, once again, if you've got, once you get a chance to go over this, and you see something in there, it's very good to administration, and then
Absolutely.
once again, we'll bring it back on the 23rd for the first reading. So,
No, absolutely. Good comments, good discussion.
thank you. So,
Thank you, Your Worship and Council.
Can I get a motion to accept the 6.2, the smoking bylaw for information?
I'll accept it for information or motion, sorry.
Thank you. All in favor? Carries in favor, carried. All right. Moving on to council reports. So I guess I'm the first one in there. So, for the month of May, May the 12th, the whole meeting, May the 15th, I actually took some full pitch games in on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and it was give those guys a lot of credit because that was very cool. It must be like hitting a rock. 16 took in the parade, the festivities at our spas. I didn't put it down here, but on the 15th, I also forgot that I attended the check presentation there to Canadian Blooms and Badachenko. May the 19th, attended the open house at the complex. I talked to some of the affected residents and was introduced to the production reps along with select engineering. RCMP was there, CPO, the fire chief, and town CO. And, there were a few questions in there, but it was very represented by the people, and I think a lot of the questions were answered. May the 20th, we had our special meeting regarding tax and boring bylaws. 26th, a regular council meeting. And then on the 30th, I had a site visit at the river intake with Rennie Boutin of County Attachment to discuss maintenance concerns down there. And that was about it. Anybody have any questions? Okay, moving on. Council 11th.
All right. So I had the May 12th, I attended all the meetings. I went to the COW. The 15th for the CIB check presentation. The 16th for the ride at the Rec Fun Day and Parade. The 17th, my daughter and I delivered some town hall flyers so that I wanted to make sure everybody knew about the meeting. The 19th, we attended the town hall regarding the roads. 20th, the special meeting. 26th, our regular meeting. And June 2nd, I had our library meeting. Two major things there is they're really pushing through and getting everything organized to do the summer reading program, which is fantastic. And also there has been some reconciliation with the what's the word I'm looking for? Where somebody can go in and pick up, like, say something to do with calligraphy. It's like a package, but I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Sorry. And so there was some reconciliation as to some that needed to be bought still, and that all got sorted out, which is good. And that's about it.
Well, thank you. So the riot day at the Rec, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was busy.
Good.
So much so that a lot of us forgot to take pictures, but.
Thank you. Any questions for Council 11th? Yeah.
Carrie, do you know if the library has a radon detector that they loan out?
I haven't heard that one come up yet.
Okay, I heard that you have one, but I haven't had time to stop in and check it out.
Yeah, I can definitely follow up with Kayla and ask.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to ask you what it's for.
To check on our house.
Oh.
Everybody should check their house.
Oh, okay.
It's like you have carbon monoxide detectors in your
I
house.
see.
It's a radon detector. It's
I see what it is.
detects other
Especially with
things.
all this rain. You should be checking because you will know.
Okay.
It just doesn't seem that prevalent in Alberta as such. Down east, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's a new thing that's just coming to people's awareness, but I've learned about it a little bit, and I was told that the Thorsby Library had one, and it's like, all right, I did not know that, but I'm very curious to check it out.
Well, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions for Council? Listen.
Oh, Carrie.
No,
That's
no
Carrie.
questions. I just said will do.
Sorry, Gary Levin, sorry, you were talking last, you like, you don't do anything there.
All right, next.
Okay, you get your chance now.
Okay, I've attended all the regularly scheduled meetings for the month of May. And May 1st, I attended the special meeting. May 4th, I attended the 4-H beef show and sale. May 4th, I had Communities in Bloom meeting as well. May 7th, Bingo Paymaster. May 11th, Leduc Regional Housing Foundation final hiring process for the executive director. And the new director is Stacy Houston, and she started yesterday was her first day. So we will see a new face with a British accent coming to visit us soon. May 13th, Commissioner of Oaths. May 14th, Commissioner of Oaths. May 14th, Leduc Regional Housing Foundation Governance Meeting. May 15th, the CFAP check presentation from MLA Andrew Boychenko to CIB for the grant in the amount of $25,538 to the Bleacher Project. May 15th, 16th, and 17th, I worked beer gardens to raise funds to give back to the town. May 16th, rode in the antique fire truck in the May long weekend parade and threw candy to the spectators. May 19th, attended the Leduc Food Bank AGM, and we have an annual report. If anybody wants to review it, I'll just leave it here. And lots of interesting little facts in there. May 20th, special meeting. May 26th, Commissioner of Oaths. 27th, Commissioner of Oaths. The 27th, Seniors Meeting. May 28th, Leduc Regional Housing Foundation Board Meeting. And May 29th, the Rodeo of Smiles. That was my month of May.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Council Musson? No? Okay, Council Reynolds, go ahead.
I basically just attended all regular meetings, special meetings. Everything else has been on my own, so not representing council, just myself.
Okay. All right, well, okay, Council Lawson.
Attended all the special meetings, and the regular council meetings. Hold it up here. Put it up there, Jesse. Attended the Communities in Bloom check presentation. Participated in the May long weekend parade. And the 16th volunteered for CIB for the beer gardens. And froze to death.
Yes.
And it was cold.
It was cold. And people bought beer. It must be buying beer to stay warm.
They were thirsty.
All right, any questions for Council Watson? No, can I get a motion to accept the council reports for information?
I'll motion to accept council reports for information.
Thank you, all in favor? That is carried. Administration reports, State O'Donnell.
Thank you, Your Worship and Council. So for the month of May, so what I've done, as I said last month, I have certain underlined ongoing projects here, so you can kind of see where they're at. So the OH&S, everything's completed. The administration is 98% with me because I've just gone back and forth a little bit with the OH&S peace officer. Nothing bad or nothing worrisome. We're just trying to get it so that it's more more overarching. Because every department has put in their hazard assessments, so we're just trying to make some overarching stuff for it. So we're 98%. Circular materials, that's the recycling, has all our addresses, so they're starting to enter for the new proponent. Integrity has won the bid for circular materials to continue picking up the recycles here in Thorsby, which is great. So we're hoping there's no issue unless the date changes, that they can pick up recyclables under this new contract from Circular Materials. And then we'll be busy all over again, helping folks do their thing with recyclables. The Privacy Act, Office of the Privacy Commissioner, I'm building the plan to start to classify the documents. And it's going to take us quite a bit of time to classify, but we'll have a plan ready, how to classify, what to do. All your emails will have a classification on it, et cetera, et cetera. So that plan, of course, includes the privacy officer, which will be me, mandatory staff training, document classification system, managing breaches, complaints, review, privacy impact assessments, personal, non-personal data sharing, and started working on the plan. Emergency management will meet in June, and we'll look at a joint tabletop exercise in the summer, hopefully with CalMAR. I'm working with emergency management right now to get them to allow us to how can I say it, write up a report for emergency management on the wildfire that happened in Parkland County, what it could have done to jump the river, what do we do, what's our mitigation strategies. So May highlights, holy smokes, and I've just added 3 more tonight too. We're working with Liz on routine development issues, residents wanting to sell, change how they want their lots for future planning, estate planning. In other words, a lot of lots were all combined for tax purposes many years ago, and now they want to sell a lot. They have to peel it off the subdivision now. And we're working with those folks. They're not happy. It has nothing to do with us. It's just how the rules changed over 20 years. So they got nice tax breaks, but now they got to pay for subdivisions. So that's the way it is. Many residential calls read the 53rd construction, rainwater concerns, water causing potholes, and other town matters. Working with the construction team right now to determine how we're going to do that. The large item pickup on the 27th. I'll know tomorrow if they've got a map. If not, we'll put it in the paper tomorrow, maps to follow. So that's coming. The rain has delayed them significantly, but all the water lines are laid there, and there you can see they're starting to build cages and do directional drilling and all that kind of good stuff there. We've been liaising with the engineers and construction team regarding the road construction. I don't have any updates, and the residents haven't either because we haven't started ripping things up yet, or they haven't. Been into some emergency management discussions with the province, just mostly how-tos, and here's what we're up to, just advising. Mandatory government webinars on the new Privacy Act, wildfires, information on the new bills for fall. So there's just about 2 webinars a week that we sit in on. Participating in the new detachment commander interview process. I'm pleased to announce the Staff Sergeant Gilchrist has been confirmed in the position now. So Thorsby, Warburg, Wetaskiwin County, and Breton, through the proper process with the RCMP, all confirmed Staff Sergeant Gilchrist. So we're very relieved. She had 2 other opponents. One dropped out, and one dropped out for personal reasons. So it was good. So we're excited about that. Regional CAO water meetings. I attended the Wetaskiwin County Summer Barbecue. That's always that's good to meet some of the county residents and sit at the picnic tables with them and have a jab about farming. Had a grant writer meeting. We're looking for some different kinds of grants, so we're just having a chat about what they could do differently. Many CPO files situation meetings with them. We was at the construction open house, which was good. A lot of discussion, a lot of folks chatting. We had the right players there as far as emergency management. Had our peace officers there, the RCMP were there, and it was kind of old home week for me because the new fire inspector for Philadelphia County was the fire chief of Crowsnest Pass when I was there, and I hadn't seen him since, so it was kind of fun. Coordinating the second arm of the bulk station and working in conjunction with the CFO, Public Works, and Flowpoint to get Monex straightened out, read their software. We finally figured we've got that. We're just waiting for a quote from CB Max to install the arm. The arm is now in production, so that will be a 3-inch arm. Just to let you know, for the summer, we're going to be coming mostly with policies, maybe some bylaws we have to do, but mostly policies. What we're going to be doing next regular is rescinding 28 policies that were done 5 years ago, I guess now. They don't pertain to this town of Thorsby. They don't pertain to any Alberta municipality. And of course, we're going to be presenting new ones. So that's what we're doing at the regular with June and July. I want to get a lot of policies done. They don't need 3 readings. They just need discussion and passage. We're working on those. We'll give you a list of all that are coming at the end of June, so you know what's coming in July and August for our regular meetings. You'll see a notice coming out about lawns and mowing and everything in the paper this Friday. And we have a schedule of when we're looking, when we'll send a notice, when we're enforcing. We've also put it for ourselves in there. We're watching our own selves to make sure we can mow. A lot of folks don't realize, though, that we've done some test mowing in places, and even though it looks flat and dry, it's not. And
It's wet.
yeah, we're pulling the grass right out of the ground. So we're mowing very carefully in the cemetery today, but we're still having a little bit of trouble. So we count ourselves in. We want to make sure all our places that we have, like our public works and that sort of thing, our office here, are all mowed around and trimmed up. And we'll start on site leads as well in probably August. Our one peace officer is on mandatory deployment by the federal government. He is a reservist military police officer. So when he is called up by law, we have to let him go. And that's fine. Pasquale and I, CPO Legio and I were all afternoon yesterday driving around town getting a lineup on everything. So we have been in every yard, back alley, street, utility corridor, you name it, we've been up and down it. Seniors Week, we're doing something different this year. We're doing pop-up fun things for them. One of the things we're doing is we're going to, at their fellowship meeting on the 16th, I believe, isn't it? The Wednesday, Tuesday. Week after, sorry,
17th.
17th.
The 17th.
Yeah, the 16th, we're at the rec center for the bowlers. We'll be serving little treats and stuff for the bowlers. On the 17th, we're going to serve treats at their fellowship meeting at 9:30 in the morning for them. And if I can have maybe a couple of counselors come and help me serve coffee, that would be lovely, or the mayor or whomever. That'd be lovely at 9 in the morning. And then we have one final surprise for them. We'll put it out there that they can come and pick up something special at the town office. And I don't want to really say what it is, but it's very cool to come pick it up. One per senior. We've ordered 100. That's usually who shows up. And we may look at doing this next year as well. It's easier to do, and everyone has a meal at the volunteer appreciation. It's really difficult in 2 months to have 2 big meals or big luncheon or breakfast and that sort of thing. So we're gauging the pop-up fund this year, and we'll see how that works. So far, talk to the seniors. They're all excited now. They're going, "What are you guys up to?" "Oh, well, you'll see when we put out the next little, show up here kind of thing in the paper and on our websites." I think that's it from the CO perspective. Thank you very much. I'll stand for questions.
Looks busy.
Any questions? No, thank you. Chief Financial Officer report, CFO Cindy, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So in the month of May, I have the date wrong on my report. I had meter replacement program. I completed the budget adjustments for spring budget, finalized everything for council approval, prepared the property tax bylaw, assisted the team with property tax notices, prepared letters and press release for budget and property tax, forwarded recreation budget to Leduc County for approval of funding, processed the daily bulk water sales. So as of June 3rd, they were 9,300. Today they're 9658.70. I procured a new photocopier and scheduled installation. It has been installed and it is 1,000 times better than the old one and 1,000 times cheaper. Ordered new phones for the upgraded phone system. Facilitated in scheduling of tax sale auction for tax recovery property. We had 3 water shutoffs in the month of May. I approved payables and distributed EFTs, processed payroll, weekly staff meetings, resident consultations, and attended to information requests. Outstanding utilities at the end of May were $78,912.02. Of which $6,200 is subject to shutoff. Outstanding taxes just over $1.6 million. of which 19,000 is up for tax recovery and almost 82,000 is from 2025. Operating accounts, 486,952.74 as compared to 524,000 last year. And the savings account is the same at 1.177 million.
Thank you. Questions, anybody? So the 1.6 million outstanding, it's not really outstanding until June 30th, is it?
Well, that's due June 30th unless you're on
Yeah.
tips, right?
Yeah.
If you're on tips by December, but
Right.
yeah, and we've had a lot of people sign up for tips
Okay, good.
this month, so yeah.
And then the meeting replacement, I'll let you know how they're making out. They're coming to my place on Saturday.
Yeah, we got an update the other day. They had 134 spots available, I believe. And for this deployment, because they're doing it in multiple deployments. And they had 127 people already signed up, so they only had 7 free spots for these first 2 weeks. So that's promising. So yeah, it starts on Friday. So
We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
Any questions for Siva? No? All right, Parks and Recreation. Go ahead. Terry.
I'll spread it out. Good evening. So for the month of May, we active memberships, we had 168, which could possibly be a new high. I don't know, can't remember, but it was a big jump anyway. Stay and play, we had 84 in attendance for the month. The program has now wrapped up. It'll be back in September, probably mid-September, once school is back in. Pickleball though is growing. So we've expanded to 4 sessions per week. So they're going Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday mornings, and then also Thursday evenings. And we're having like good attendance at all of them. So that's good. I expect that will die down during the summertime. May 15th, I also attended the CIB check presentation with Minister Boychenko. And then following with that weekend, we had our Amazon sale, which we've talked about already. Next year it will be bigger, and we'll be able to utilize the arena, so it'll be a lot logistically speaking, it'll be a lot easier and better. May 16th, we hosted our annual Ride at the Rec family event. Even though it was freezing, we were packed house, and it was really great to know. Summer programming has been finalized. Sam has done a great job with the lineup of activities. She did a parent survey to get feedback, and so she kind of based the programming on that. I did attach the calendar so you guys could just kind of get a glimpse of what's going on in the summer. Registration opened on just this past Friday, and already we're not seeing registration, so that's good. So should be a busy summer. The arena floor project is on schedule and on budget, so that's always good. The pictures in the bottom is the installation of the weeping tile system, so you can see the lines that were trenched in there. They've now put the complete barrier down and gone on the heat lines are now installed and pressurized for 24 hours for testing, and then they'll cover with sand and move on. May 19th, the Tuesday after the May long weekend, we had a nice gas smell at the complex, like extremely strong gas smell. I tried to take that morning off after the weekend, but that was a fail. So we had to evac the building, fire came, ATCO came. It ended up being, there was no gas leak, but it was the plumbing staff on the complex roof had a cracked coupler, and it was right beside our air intake. So LPH was able to fix that, and the stack was actually too low, so they extended it and whatnot. So, but yeah, it was a week of gas smells until that was fixed. It was just a different type of gas.
Concerning, yeah.
Natural gas.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, thank you. Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you very much. Public Works Man report, go ahead, Chris.
For the month of May, 2026, monthly meter reads, door knockers and drain cutoffs, coordinating the completion of a water meter install some meter for filling potholes inside the town limits. Casey and Cole continue their training with Dave at the water treatment plant, covering on call. We're coordinating with Somerville to begin the ACO project, which is underway on 53rd. We've been coordinating with Paterni's to begin the 53rd Avenue project as well, which is upcoming right away. We coordinated and got street sweeping done with O'Hamlin's. The line painting on Hankin and by River Valley with assistance from Lucas. Dealing with residents' issues ongoing, continued equipment maintenance and repair. Cutting grass and trimming throughout the town when we've been able to. Started out late, the rain hit. Grading gravel roads throughout the town limits. Again, had a great month in May. June's been a gong show. Prepping morse for the summer season. Obviously, sorry, I should have had that before cutting maybe, but repair a water service for a resident, 52nd. Watering plants in the Hankin Boulevard and grass maintenance has been handled by Public Works. Prepping the watering trailer and installing a new water pump to make that possible. We coordinated with King Marine to put river booms out and examine the equalization lines at the raw water ponds. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. And you got some summer students coming in fairly soon. Where are they coming?
I think June.
Is it June?
Yeah. When are we in? We're in June.
We're in June.
Yeah, July 2nd, I think, is what we get them or something.
Okay.
I think we could start, Cindy, I think as CFO worship through the city, we can start a bit earlier this year, can't we? We started in June?
They can start June 29th because I think their last day of school is like the 24th or 25th. So
Okay.
they can start the 29th and then they'll be done. I think the kids go back to
That'll
school
keep you busy.
in like the 25th or 26th or 20, I don't know. But anyway, yeah.
We are taking resumes right now and preparing for interviews.
All right. Okay, any questions for Public Works? No?
Our
Thank
kids
you.
cannot apply for those positions, correct?
Pardon?
Our kids cannot apply for those positions, is that correct?
Are
The
you
summer
still
student?
counselors, kids?
Yeah,
Any kids.
Any kids can.
Any
We
kids
don't,
can.
don't deviate for counselors, because it's summer kids project, summer students project, so.
Yeah,
Good job.
if you've got a good worker, don't turn them away.
Yeah. It's not a conflict of interest for the kids because they're supervised by Public Works.
okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
And then just one quick thing, Kayla did get back to me and we do not have a radon meter as one of the
Okay.
kids in the library, so.
All right. Thank you.
She's working on it.
All right. Anything else? Okay, get a motion to accept the administration reports for information, please.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, that's carried. Okay, so I think before we get into the delegations, I just gonna get up here and Irene, we understand that you're moving into a new residence. And
Yes.
the staff and administration, the council, want to give you just a little t-shirt. It's a little big. We got it big, but I don't know, I'll read what it says out for you. Council Mission Control Specialist. I have nothing to say. Well, that's for you, and we appreciate you coming in here for the whole last 4 years and for this and whatever years before that. Thank you very much.
Don't get rid of me that easy.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Now,
I will.
does anybody have anything to say back there?
Yeah. So,
I know.
I'm very thankful that my organic bucket got dumped completely by the organic truck today. We even having trouble, but today was good. I do have one question. I read it somewhere, but I'm still curious about it. Cleaning up after pets in their yard. What happens with that? Like, say if it gets real hot and it's stinky, we can call and say, hey, we have a problem.
you can.
Because there is a problem in our community, but you've never had the smell yet, but I didn't know how you get that.
Yeah, we'd have the peace officers come if there's excrement smell in a residence or in a yard. Yeah, we could deal with that from a CPO perspective.
Okay. Hey, I think that's all I have. You do?
No, it's getting very boring lately. This is the third meeting I've been to that I've had nothing to complain about.
So you'd say you have nothing to say?
Yeah.
All right. We wore you out finally.
Okay, well, I guess that's all we have. I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much.
Right.
Yes.